together, and I basically just wanted to create health churches. And so Amanda and I started in a little apartment building, just inviting people in. And so like every Wednesday night, we would like make really healthy food, invite people to come in and find out what we were doing. And some nights, it would just be us. And sometimes our neighbors from upstairs would come. Sometimes nobody would come. Sometimes people would just come to eat our food. Never got going. But the whole point was, wouldn't you guys agree that like right now, like community is really important? Have you guys seen that? And have you guys seen that like it just feels like at least that the world is getting a little bit unhealthy, physically, mentally, emotionally? So the biggest part of this is just community. So we want you to be with each other. We want to be around each other. We want to be around people that make you feel a certain way, that inspire you, that motivate you. And it's going to encourage you to live a bigger life. So that's really what this is. And to see you guys here, it's been a dream for us. Even when we were thinking about, we could have moved a lot of places. We looked at a lot of different states, but we wanted to find a place to where we could bring people in and they didn't have to feel like they needed to leave. Now, at some point in time, we will like for you to leave, but at least you won't feel like you have to leave. You won't feel like, but we wanted to create community. We wanted to create community. So do me a favor, because I want to see who's in the room. If you've lost 5 or more pounds on the Optavia program, would you stand up for me, please? 5 or more pounds. Would you stand up for me? Can you give these guys a round of applause? All right. So stay standing if you've lost 10 or more. Okay, all good. And then I want you guys to keep looking around as we do this. Stay standing if you've lost 20 or more. 20 or more? Yeah. Clap it up. About 30 or more. Stay standing if you've lost 30 or more. All right. Stay standing if you've lost 35 or more. Oh, we get the movie for us. You losers. Wait. How about 40 or more? Stay standing. Whoa! How about 45 or more? Stay standing. Oh, okay. We're not 50 or more? Okay. 60 or more? 60? 70? Can I get 70? Can I get an 80? Just tell us your name, tell us how much you lost, and maybe like one thing that's really impacted you. And if you're going to be one of our speakers, then just say your name and how much you lost, and we'll hear your story later. But okay, let's start with Latoya. She's going to be one of our. You're going to be one of our speakers. So just tell us what your name is, and how much you've lost.
My name's Latoya, and I've lost 81 pounds.
Neela?
My name is Neela, and I lost 155 pounds.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. You guys can decide.
My name is James. I lost 120.
My name is Stanley. I lost 94 pounds.
I lost 156 pounds in 15 months.
Isn't that amazing? So for everyone, give yourself a round of applause. So I just wanted to take a couple minutes to explain how we got here. Is that okay? So about 22 years ago, there was this doctor. His name is Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. Some of you guys may have seen him because you've been reading your life book, right?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
You just lied to us. You could lie in here. Just lie to us. it this time, right? So Dr. Ray, he was a 10th board certified critical care physician in the United States. He graduated valedictorian from medical school. He was trained in open heart surgery. He ran a medical center. I mean, he was a man. Like, people would travel from all around the world to come see Dr. Ray. If Dr. Ray said jump, like, everybody in the medical staff said how high. Like, this guy was the guy. And after practicing for many years, he was just noticing, man, I'm not actually helping people get healthier. Like, I'm prescribing these medications, and yeah, I'm doing these heart surgeries, and I'm doing these surgeries, but I'm not actually helping people create a life of ultra health, and I'm not teaching them how to be healthy. I'm just reacting to poor choices and habits. And so he decided, I don't want to do this anymore. And when I think about this, because I know what it's like to leave something and be afraid that I have to do it on my own now. But when I think about him leaving that, earning as much as he did, having the power and the position that he did to leave it all, to say, I'm going to go create something that teaches people how to have a healthy lifestyle. I think, man, what sort of, you got to be a different type of guy to do that. And so he left, he moved his family out west, and from his basement, he started what we now know as Optavia. And what he wanted to do was no longer necessarily have physicians, he wanted to have a whole team of coaches, which he called the modern physicians. Now, this was over 20 years ago. Now this is a household name, like people know health coaches, but when he created it and invented it, he wanted to see all of the coaches be the modern day physicians. Let's go out and get the world healthier, which is our mission. And so that's how we sort of got here. And so one of the things that he realized was there was going to be basically 6 macro habits of health. And he wanted to teach people how to be excellent in all of these. Now, there's a lot of micro habits, but he wanted to teach us the big ones. So we have things like sleep, we have motion, we have nutrition and hydration. We really have the healthy mind, which in the last 3 years, we've realized that this one probably trumps all of them. We have our healthy surroundings, and we have our healthy weight management. These he knew that he could teach, but what he didn't have was a tool to help people get healthier. And so he partnered with a company that had these things that they call fuelings, right? And this company was medical based. It had a ton of science. It had a ton of history behind it. It was ethical, and it worked. So he took his healthy lifestyle company, merged it with a healthy weight loss and nutritional company, and now they have what we have now. So what we do and what Optavia is all about, most people unfortunately think it's just about helping people get healthy. That is a byproduct of us showing people how to do all of these things, but they don't even know that they're doing it half the time. So when I ask someone, hey, you've only been on plan for a week, how's it going? One of the first things they tell me is, man, my sleep is really improved. And they don't even know what's happening, right? It's just happening. So what we're trying to do is trying to teach people to become what we call the dominant force of their own life. Most people just react. They react in their jobs, they react in their health, they react in their day, they react. What we're trying to teach people is how to become the dominant force. You don't have to react anymore. You can create whatever it is that you want. And so that's kind of how we do it, but we sneakily attack them by helping them lose all this weight, right? So that's what's kind of cool. One of the things that we do is Dr. Ray realized there was going to be 4 critical components to how you help people change their lives. The one component is you have to give them somebody who's a guide. We call that a coach. So every single client has their own free guide. Somebody that probably walked a journey before them, really loves people, and wants to be a part of something that's bigger than them. Number 2 is we have to give them a community. Why did he say that? Because anytime people got healthy when he was operating on them, and then they went back to an infectious community, they always got unhealthy again. Always, right? So we have to give people a healthy community like you guys that is going to think a certain way, that's going to act a certain way, that's going to expect certain things, that's actually going to be an advocate for you and an asset in your life and not a liability. A lot of times when I see clients kind of come back to us, They may have lost some weight, but they went back to the same unhealthy job situation. They went back to the same unhealthy stress financially. They went back to the same unhealthy relationship. They went back to the same terrible environment, and they wonder why they got unhealthy again. Because your environment matters, and it matters a lot. And so the third thing was, he says, well, we have to help people create better habits. One of the reasons why I see them in my operating room oftentimes is because they just do things on a daily basis that are not in alignment to where they want to be. They have bad habits. And so how we start to change habits is we have to work on the mindset. And so that's why he created what he calls his Dr. A's Habits of Health. And this is going to help. I told you guys over the last 3 or 4 years, we really realized that one of the biggest problems that we see right now is something called emotional mismanagement. I would write that down. So most people aren't doing very well because they don't know how to control their what? Emotions. And emotions come from thinking. So if they don't know how to control their emotions, it's because they don't know how to control their thoughts or their mindset. So we do a really good job from day one with teaching people how to become what I call the surgical master of the mind. And then most people need very simple. You guys say this word with me. Simple. Say easy. Convenient. Why do they need simple, easy, and convenient nutrition right now? Because everyone complains about time. Oh, Jamil, you wouldn't understand how busy I am. I'm the busiest person out of the busiest people in the world. Okay? You wouldn't understand it. You've never been there. But my kids and my job and soccer and right? And so we take that excuse out. And we say, well, we're going to give you something that's simple, that's easy, that's convenient, that anybody can do, and that works. It's going to give results quickly. Because if you get results quickly, what are you more likely to do? Stay with it, right? And so we know that we know for a fact that we have a system that can literally change the world one person by one person by one person. Everything that we do can help the human being change their life. And that's why I got so excited about it. It was much better than just being a pharmaceutical sales rep, right? I could do something to go out there and make a big difference in the world. Well, we're going to talk about income a little bit later too, but never have me scraping by in month to month anymore for income. That I can go make a big impact, but also I can go make a big income, and we'll get into that a little bit later. Isn't that a cool origin story?
Yes.
Like how we got here?
Yep.
So Optavia has now touched about 2 million people, and it has now become a $2 billion company from this little tiny idea in the basement of this dude's house. Isn't that cool? And now you guys are part of it as well. So today we're going to rock it out. You're going to hear some amazing stories. I want you guys to lean in. Later we're going to have some of our top leaders share some tips and some tools, whether you're a guest, a client, a coach. You're going to leave away with value. And then we're going to eat, have a good time, and then you're just going to see people scattered around the property having fun. Go and have fun, and then usually people leave whenever they leave. So we throw on the fire and do all that stuff, but that's what community is, right? But at some point in time, we do want you to go home. So I want to, and honestly, me and Amanda, we may not know you, but we love you. And we've been doing this for over a decade now, and really only now are people starting to listen, which is crazy to me. Especially when the evidence is so clear, I think. So we appreciate you being here. Let's hear some stories. You guys good with that? Yeah. So I want to go in deeper and hear more of these stories from people that's just had their lives changed. Some have been with us for a long time, some just like a couple weeks or so.